Alright guys, welcome back. This is our lecture 4 of software development. Before starting this lecture, I am going to tell you that this lecture is going to be very important in all our software development series lectures. And the reason for the importance of this lecture you will know after ending this video. So before continuing to my lecture number 4, I wanted to discuss you some previous things which I have told you in the previous lectures, as I always do. So moving on to my recap page. So in the previous lecture we have discussed the conditional statements, and in the conditional statements we have learned about the three blocks that are the if block, elif block and the else block. And if we talk about the syntax of these blocks, so I made a very simple program for just a recap for your guys. So if we see the syntax here, I have taken a variable and assigned it an integer value, that is 10, and then I have initiate an if block with a condition of a is greater than 5. If a is greater than 5, then print the following statement that you are seeing in the string. And if the if block is fails, then it moves then our programs moves to our elif block, and that is here with the condition if elif a is less than 11. Then if this block fulfills the condition, then it will going to print the following statement which is showing in the string. And if both the above condition fails, then it is going to print the string. So as you know that a is greater than 5 and a is also less than 11, so it is not going to uh, execute the elif block or else block. It is going to execute the if block because our first condition is fulfilling, and it is right. Our first condition is right, so it is not going towards the second or third condition or block. Our program will stop at the if block. So that's all for the recap of previous lectures. Now I am proceeding to my lecture 4. User input is very important in all the programs, because in most of the programs you don't enter the values by yourself. You don't rely on the pre-default values which are assumed by yourself. You have to take the user inputs by the users or the operators which are going to use your softwares. So by using the input command we can take the user inputs. So you can see here the syntax. I have assigned a variable name message, and in with that message I have used a input keyword, and after that in the parentheses I have used a string which is going to print first, and then the program asks for my input. And after that, after I have entered my input, then it will print the message. So it is very important. You just write here the input command here, and that input command will make the program to take input from you. So if I execute the program again for you guys, I have assigned here a variable name message, and then I use a input keyword, and then in the parentheses I have written a string which will be printed before the input. So that is tell me something, and I will repeat it back to you. This will print first, and then comes the turn for you guys to give the input to the program. Whatever input you give to the program, that will be printed by this command print message. So if I proceed towards the output of the code. So here you can see it has first executed tell me something, and I will repeat it back to you. So what I have written here, it has executed first, then it has asked us the input, then comes our turn to give the input to the program, and we give the input to the program, that is hello everyone, and that input is printed by using the print message command. So I hope that would be clear to you guys. And if anything is not clear, you can comment in the comment box. While loop. In the previous lectures, we have gone through for loop. So what is the functionality of the for loop? For loop is used wherever we are going to operate on the list, because we know for loop executes the program till the last element of the list. What if we are not going to use the list in our program? There are many scenarios in which we are not going to use the list.